Okay, we're getting ready for non-farm payrolls coming out in 19 minutes. I'm sorry, 19 minutes. Fucking coming out in 9 minutes. 9 minutes non-farm payroll. We've placed our bets. We're long the dollar yen. We're waiting for volatility to kick in. Just got filled on the ATR bot. In my mind's eye on the 4 hour. Just went long. He's got to stop here. He got trapped here, and he's waiting. We have plenty of pending sitting here on this demo to buy a pullback to fair value just when the news comes out. If we don't rifle through the floor, so expecting it to come back to fair value and then go up, or it just goes shearing down again. So here's the fair value entry. If we place a buy limit at the last known top on the 30-minute chart, or anywhere down here, anywhere in this vicinity, would be fair value before we break out. And after we break out, we could still come flying back the other way. It could be a complete smash and grab both directions. Anything could happen. If it's a clean break, it's just going to go rocketing up, and then there may be chances to get on the long train if that's how you roll. Otherwise, you're just going to wait till the end of the day. Maybe it's going to go up 50 pips here. So set your sights low. I'm in about $1,200 of margin here, so I could put on some. Since I didn't write any scripts that are looking to make 50 pips, so I'll just cheat and put in these guys here, and I'll get an Goober entry here. Risk 20 pips to make 20 pips at 25Ks, and I can put buy limits below, and I can put these kind of Goober-esque entries here where if it just keeps going up, I just keep going with the flow, right? Order flow, confirmation the whole way like a zipper straight up on buy stops. 20 pips to make 20 pips. If I put them up here, I can experience the whole smash if it goes straight up zooming, and we'll just see. Now I did take profits to pad the account earlier, so I have been taking profits along the way. Now we got 6 minutes till news, and the spreads should get incredibly wide for a few seconds here. It should be unbelievable. And then pow zing, right? So here comes the buyers. Now we have two brokers running, so we can see kind of arbitrage here, see who gets there first kind of thing. Who's on first? And now what's on second? All right. So we're just waiting out the clock here. 5 minutes till the big news. Spreads are fairly tight on these two brokers. You have TradeWise on the left and have Uniglobe on the right. So two different sources. We have a slightly different pricing, a little cheaper here, a little wider spread on the Uniglobe. So right here is the kind of the moment of truth as far as which way we break. We've already broke out in the 4 hour fractal there, so already went long on this one. So imagine you're long on an ATR trade here and your stops here. Now you might get clobbered here, and you might have to buy down here again. I'm up a whole $8 now. I'm really killing it. Of course, that could end up making a whole $20 once it gets into these. Now you might want to spread out these. Another thing you could do is intervene here. Hold down the control. I have set to hold down. I can move my profits up on these tickets. I did it with a hold down the Alt key settings inside the platform. So if you go to tools, why isn't there just an options? It goes to tools and then options. Options should have its own thing, but it never has. It never will. And you go to charts. Can't see shit on this. I got the wrong color scheme. And you set this to use Alt keys to drag and drop orders. Otherwise, every time you draw an object on the screen, you're going to drag the fucking order. So that's actually, the default is that you actually drag your orders. If you come up here and start drawing, you'll actually drag these orders around. To lock yourself out, you got to go to tools. I'm going to options, tools, and you can't see shit in here, but it's under charts. Go tools, options, charts. That's the Alt key. And this is the, it sets your history to low. If you're going to trade a bunch of indicators because it eats up a lot of headroom. Okay, so we got looks like 4 minutes and 30 seconds till news. Still marching down, still coming down in this stock market's at all-time highs. So the stock market could crash today, and the dollar could go screaming up. You know, the dollar's been under pressure. Look at the euro dollar. So just we're looking for the fill of vacuum here on the top side, really. Just a vacuum fill trade, really. So a big moment of truth here. Can we start shearing off all of this here? When we pop up here, and a lot of people are going to cash out here at the 50-yard line. You probably see that coming. Some people are going to hold until the end of the year, maybe. Some people will hold to the end of next week or something. But scalpers, now out of the gate here, I get some slippage maybe on some of these fills here. So I'm just going to keep putting buy stops above and buy limits below here in case we smack back before we go up. We could get a raid all the way to the lows again. Okay, so we're running out of time. We got 3 minutes left. And we could get a pop just before the news. It could pop up, rip back, and then follow through to the upside. Anything can happen. Initial move looks like up, but it could still shear down. Like we could go through the floor here and take out everything, and then this guy is going to be right about the trade. The guy that has sell stop here, and he's got buy stops here to protect this sell entry, right? And he's like, well, it's going to tank when the news comes out, right? That's his view. Okay, so we're just sitting waiting. We've got a minute and a half left. I expect the spreads are going to get hairy, probably on the broker on the right, because he's got terrible spreads, I noticed. And we'll just see it go nuts here. Looking for an explosion, looking for the crash on the stock market, actually, a little bit. Okay, 1 minute, and they're bidding it up. Now, it doesn't mean we can't slam back, right? It doesn't mean we can't total inversion slam back. Ideally, for the bulls, we want to smash up into that void. Okay, 1 minute countdown. 1 minute, grab your hats, grab your spurs. And I wouldn't sell up into that. I'd be scared shitless to sell up into that. Okay, we got 50 seconds. Bulls are itching. Short squeeze is itching. Of course, it can come ripping back. Come ripping back. Don't forget, anything can happen. Here, spread just got wide. Okay, big rip back. Severe spread issues. 30 seconds to go. Insane spreads, right? Insane spreads could smash down. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Okay. 15 seconds. Huge spreads. 40 pips on the right broker. On the broker on the right. 40 pips. Okay. Severe up, right? Severe up. Okay. Severe up. Now we could come ripping back. Don't forget. You could come ripping back. Can they take it through? Another 50 pips up. Right? Another 50 pips up. Okay, this guy's already out. He's out. $2,000, he's out, gone. Okay, where's the next price level? Are we going to come ripping back? A little bit, a little bit. Sellers are coming in here. Right? Well, we knew they would at the 50. Are we going to hold through this? Can they slam it all the way back and take out the lows of the day? Can they slam it back and take out the lows of the day? We have to wait 5 more minutes. If we're scalping, this one's already gone. One and done, gone out. I wouldn't even think about, I don't have a script to buy that on pullbacks because it's so violent now. I'd have to pepper that thing. 10 pips apart, I don't have that script. It looked like this. Here is my 20K, this 25K with 20 pip stops right here to buy on pullbacks, right? Like that. So maybe the bulls have it, right? Here we go, another 10 pips. We're going to try to engulf the previous day. This is our goal, to engulf the previous day, take out these wicks, and and go right through the top of that. I'll start cashing out at 1180. 1180 is my cash out for the day, and then we're done. Okay, sellers are coming in a little bit here because they can't believe the price they're getting. Now go to the 5-minute chart. Go to the 1-minute chart. Is there any place to get on the 1-minute chart? Not really. ATRs have to drop down on the 1-minute chart. We need to get a drop down ATR. Okay. We're not getting it. So you'd have to be on a 10-second chart. That's how that would roll. You have to be on the 10-second chart. Okay, so we're holding. Sellers should come in now. If you're running a trailing 1-minute stop, it looks like this. Okay, so the smallest ATR on the 1 minute right there. Right, smallest ATR on the 1 minute right there. Now we can still pull back here. Still pull back. And where's the stop hunt going to start? If you just bought the breakout of this and your stop's here. So you just went long on the 1-minute chart. So that's severe. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 pips in 2 minutes. Boom. Right, boom. 60 pips in 2 minutes. Incredible, right? Now, if we hold, we may take out the high of the week. We just went long here. It's the only chance to put a trade on here. We could still get stopped out of that. I mean, this is the trade that I took when I first started trading. I bought here on news, and it came flying back. It crushed me. My first chasing trade move. Now, this is the kind of moment where people that are taking profits naturally because we're at a structure level, right? If we go to now staying on the 1-minute chart or fix the scale here. So if we fix the scale and we go to, so you can right mouse click or hit, I think F8 on your keyboard. So fix the scale, and it's not even 5 minutes the news has been out. Not even 5 minutes. So here we go. Fix the scale like this. Now we're going to look for structure exits on the 1 hour. You see right here, this is the big sell window on the 1 hour. Now, if we can trip and take out these tickets here would be the last move of the day, which would engulf the the week. It would engulf the week, right? If it engulfs last week, it's going to have to come all the way up to here to engulf last week, right? So my target ultimately is these wicks up here at the top, right here. So this would be my last target of the day, if we can make it. Now, look at 1-minute chart again. See, ATR bot would have taken that trade and scalped that for 10 pips, mind you, 10 pips. So if this is going to be a fake breakout, then we come drift here and then come back, drift here and then come back and cash out, right? That's what you typically see in that situation. So, now it's like, yikes. Okay, 5 minute, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Since we just got the 5-minute update. So this is 5 minutes, 60 pips, 5 minutes. Now we just paused. Now we have an inside bar, so to speak. We don't have a 4-minute chart or a 2-minute. No, MT5, you could run those. But here we're going to go with the classic, let's put a trend line on the 1-minute chart. So we're saying, okay, look at this is the shoulder, right? This is the head, the shoulder, or this is a double top. Sellers are coming in. And where would they buy on pullbacks, right? They buy if it came back to maybe the starting gate even. Or maybe it's going to go shearing down and take out the low of the day, right? Anything can happen. So we have a 10-pip pullback. This guy that sold here is up on that trade almost 15 pips right now. 1-minute chart. So all of a sudden, the 1 minute chart's tradable, right? You sold here, you cashed out on here as soon as you stop hunted this level, and maybe you're going to cash out here. You made 20 pips selling the top of that. Counter trend trading it. It's almost like it's in an uptrend now, even though it's a spike. It's kind of an uptrend. And so here's the pullback, right? Now, can you get follow through? Is there one more price pulse to take out the high of the day, or is this it? Is it going to all fizzle here and then just drift back and it'll be a big nothing burger, right? Nothing ever happened. Now, the trend line to break is going to be this trend line. I'm going to draw a trend line right here. The new trend line is here now. Now we just broke it. Just broke that trend line. And do we hold? And do we move up our targets maybe, right? So if we go and scooch our targets up, we fix the scale here. Let's see where we could make it to 1130. That would be perfect because that would be my exit, and then I could just start my drinking regime. Okay, so if I move up my targets above 11, and I don't know if we'll hit it today, but we've got to get follow through here. Otherwise, this will just fizzle and pull back, and then we're screwed, right? Then we're going to just give up all of our winnings here. Okay, so market's pretty frisky. We've got a wedge on the 1 minute. To move my orders here. Okay. So we have a triangle. We just broke that trend line on the 1 minute, looking for some follow through. Stock market still hasn't opened. If you look at the stock market right now, it's just waffling. It's not crashing. They made a new high. Okay, they made a new high. Euro sold off nicely. Buyers came in on the wick on the euro there. Okay, so now we have to break out this and continue up. We go to the 5 minute chart because we're 1 minute from updating the 5 minute chart. See how ridiculous those trend lines look on the 5 minute? Okay, so we're going to hold that. We're going to hold that trade, and we're looking for, by the time the stock's open, we could be up at 111. Right, we'd be at 111. And the euro dollar is, so that's a big win on selling the euro dollar there on that breakout. Okay, here's another, we'll go to the 1 minute chart. We just broke out and took out the ATR bot, has just gone long here on the 1 minute. All right, here he goes. So he's long. Here he's trapped now. His stop's here. Now he could get all whiplashed. It's a 1 minute chart, so he could get all crushed and whipsawed. And that's the thing, you know, stop entry on too big a time frame, you're going to get whipsawed. You get trapped on this leg, trapped on that leg. In the end, unless your ratios kick ass, you're just going to be crushed. You're going to be destroyed, right? Okay, so we're waiting for the buyers to come in, take out this. They have to start taking out the money management stops, which the sell bots have put in. If they sold here, this was selling new highs too, selling new highs every minute. Sell, sell, sell every minute. Now you're counter trend trading it. You might have to come all the way back to here before there's buyers, right? So buy stops are here, say. And now I can go to my account, this demo account, and I can place a trade now. That kind of makes sense. So go to the, well, here it is. Actually, I'm in there right now. What the fuck? I changed the color here. So I could put a buy stop here, right? I'm not in anything yet. I could put a buy limit here. I've already got a buy limit there, but this is going to be a tighter stop. So I can run very tight stops here. 6 pip stop. Here I'm going to put in a standard lot with a 8 pip stop. 4 pip stop. Here's an 8 pip stop on a standard lot just to scalp another 10 pip move. Since you're living inside the 1 minute chart now, this is the reality. Your signals, So the same patterns hold true here as they would on that. So you're going to buy the stop hunt to here. You're going to buy it to here. You're going to buy this whole stop hunt pullback here. All right. So I picked up. I'm in 25 and a this. Right. I'm in that. Whatever that adds up to, 35. So here's a 25. I want to put a buy stop right here in case that is a trap. So the question is, did they just trap these breakout traders, or is this the new trend and they're going to ride this all the way back to the starting gate and it's going to be nothing but a big move that's terrible? Now we have the trend line. We can draw a triple touch trend line on the 1 minute now. We're still looking to buy a breakout of that candle and right here, and anything that drops down below, we will buy 25 Ks with a 25 pip stop in an array down here to capture a possible smashback. Okay, now we've got the trap, we've got the stop hunt in some regard here, right? Because we just trapped these guys. We have the perfect wave 2, wave 4 wedge going on, perfect triangle. Not to say we can't keep tanking. Now here's my orders being filled. I got my 50K that's about to take profits. This is only trying to make 12 damn pips. Here's a standard lot looking to make 8 pips, and another standard lot down here in the trap zone looking to buy this pullback. Now as this goes up and I make more money, I can kind of aggressively come in with trailing buy limits here because we could kick back. Now they just broke out the 1 minute ATR bot, just got filled, plus it stopped out anybody that went short here, just got crushed. Okay, now we're filled. Now they could smash it down, right? Just very crazy here. We're sitting at 110.50s at the 110.50 yard line. Big contention here, big battle zone here. We could still come back in and stop hunt this stuff here. So gauging the size, I'm going to put another buy stop here, So this is confirmation on entry on a breakout. And we've got a bunch of exposure for possible buy limit fills down here. Big fat orders down in this trap here. It's only been 15 minutes. The news has been out. So we look at the 5 minute chart. We see that they trapped that robot. We look at the 15 minute chart. There's no trade. We have to go to the 1 minute chart to trade it. So buy stops here. Again, we're holding this triangle perfectly. On closing prices, we have 3 touches. We have a wedge on close, so we can time the market. And we break up. We're going to buy the stop hunt below in anticipation of a break out of the trend line. Okay, it's set and forget. Now, there's probably not, I probably want to put in a 50K. I'll make 20 pips here with a 10 pip stop. Now, these are big, risky orders here, right? Big, risky orders. And the buyers came in on the euro. There's a big scalp on the euro. I'm not trading the euro right now. Okay, so here we go. Follow through. We're in for this burst, and maybe we'll be cashing out this whole position as we go up into that. Now we cashed out of one of those already because there's so much. The true range is so harsh, dude. It's a harsh true range. Like, yeah, the 5 minute chart is 60 pips true range, right? So we can expect another. If we take out the high of the day here. And let's consider what time of day it is, too. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. This is clock X. This is clock X. So appearance, zoom it in. This is free. It's called, where's the about thing? Oh, this is called clock X. Trust me. Oh, there it is in the help button. See? So go to properties, go to options, and help. There we go. Fucking help. So it's clock X. There's the site. So it's free. That's a good price, free. Okay, so we cashed out. We're about to cash out of this stuff. And hopefully we cashed out because that looks like a short-lived burst. Now, I'm actually underwater a little bit on the trade now. See, I'm in a standard lot here. Now, if I still think it's going up, and we have to ride the storm out here. And I get a big stop on this standard lot, though, because that's got a 10 pip stop on it, looking to make 20. So we need to ride the storm out here. Okay, now this is the breakout pullback. This is the confirmation. You break the trend line, you pull back to it. Now you buy, right? So there's two ways to buy. You're either going to buy the stop hunt, or you're going to buy the confirmation pullback entry, which is if it comes back to this area here, then you're going to buy. Or maybe you put a buy stop here now, right? So to get in here on the trap, or do you, and you're going to cash out as it breaks into here, because you see they trap the buyers on the 1 minute here, and they pull it back, and maybe you're going to buy here at the 50, or you have a pending there, or you say, you know what, confirmation is that we're going up, I'll put my buy stop here, and I'll risk a little bit more, but you can do both, see? I'm saying don't just trade one style entry. Okay, I'm in a $1,000 of margin here. I still have a buy stop above that I want to delete because I think it's a bad price. So what I'm going to do is go to the price window on the terminal and arrange these by price and take off the worst entry here. Now, these are kind of small tickets, so I think I'm going to let them. I've got 3 more tickets on the north side to get in, but I can put a better order right here, and maybe I'll delete that order. I can put a better order here, right in this little baby vacuum here. And now I can delete these orders that are too pricey, right? Okay, now I just got in on this breakout of that 1 minute chart. We're still looking to go up another 30 to 40 pips, at least another 10 pips, so we cash out of our big chunky orders here. Now we're up 136 bucks. So we could almost double the account in one day. Now, like I said, if I had scripts that had a 30, 40, 50 pip take profit, they were standard lots, on that big news burst, we could have cleaned up on goober entries, stop entries. 20 pips stop to make 50 pips standard lot, right? Risk 200 bucks to make 500 bucks, boom. So that would have been our trade, right? That could have been our trade. We didn't do that trade. So now that's kind of fizzling here. Now we can go to the 5 minute chart and get a clue on the 5 minute. Really, there was no trade on the 5 minute. The first trade coming on the 5 minutes, so that's 5x away. Don't forget, 1 minute to 5 minute, unless you have MT5 where you're running every minute, you could do that. As it unfolds. Now, if you have a buy stop above here and a buy stop above there to get picked up in the stream as it goes up, default, like I don't think it's going down anymore, and they're going to short squeeze this dollar all the way into the news, you still got plenty of time before the news comes out. Watch, you get a copyright infringement because it says the name brand of the watch on this fucking thing. So I had a Mickey Mouse watch up there once for kicks, and fucking Disney came after me. All right, so we're cashing out. If we get to $8,000, maybe. Here's that standard lot getting ready to, not standard lot, this is the 25K, which is probably this 12 pip winner. Now you could write in the comments exactly what the stop and the size of that ticket was. You could do that. I'm not going to do that, but now 400 bucks. Okay, now we're scalping out. If we take out the high of the day, I expect some kind of follow through. Of course, there'll be also the sellers are going to come in at the high of the day. Don't forget, you'll see it back off here as soon as you crush into the high of the day. So they'll nick that wick, and then they'll pull it back a little bit because people will be cashing out, no doubt. I'll be cashing out. My take profits are right in that window, amazingly, and I have no take profits above and beyond that. So I'll be done for the day. For this whole video, I'll be done as soon as we take out the high, the new high of the day. Pop over there, boom, over the borderline, make another possibly $100 here. Or you could take all profits right now and call it a day. Either way, because they've trapped in some degree. It's like who's getting trapped? Like, so this was the sellers are coming in right here, right? The people that think, hey, that's the place to sell, they got filled on a limit right here. Well, where's their stop going to be? If their stop is here, at the high of the day, it's going to fuel. When they're wrong, it'll fuel this thing to go up even more, right? Just crush up, 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 up. Right, up and up. So here we go. We're cashing out, and we've got one ticket left beyond the top of that. And you can see if you go by take profit, this is it's going to take off this 50K first, then it's going to get out of this guy last. Right. But if this is all you're looking to make today was $300, then you're getting out right now. You're just getting out right now. So are you trading your equity or are you trading the structure? Well, you know, listen, it matters if you've never made that much money in your life, it matters, right? Because you'd be like, I just made like, I made $3,000 this week with a $5,000 account. Single drops on post the, you can see all the trades I did on the drop thing. It's in my, this is publishing to the FX Blue. And so I blew up the first, the $5,000 kind of blew up that first one. This is the second one, which I just traded one currency pair, right? So how did I blow up the other account? I was trading the pound. I traded everything with these scripts just to see if they ran. So how do you blow up an account? You trade more than one pair. Simple. Because there's plenty to worry about here. There's plenty to worry about if you're a serious trader. And see that? I'm only up 160 now. Could have got out. Could have got out. 5-minute chart though, right? Let's see what the 1-minute chart says. 5x away. Okay, 1-minute chart, sellers came in up here. Go figure, right? They came in right at the ledge. The rooftop is right here. This is it. And not to mention, we filled the liquidity hole. This vacuum, mission accomplished. All right, George Bush, you filled that. Now we got to go on another stop hunt. They got a vacuum here now. Come back to here. Maybe come back to here. Maybe this is the top and this is it. And we're just going to walk down, right? Maybe this is the top, this is the shoulder, this is the head, and we're going to walk down. All right? And if that's true, if you sold here, you got a buy stop here and a buy stop here. So you feel your own, people are feeling their own demise. Like they think the market's, for some reason, people think the market isn't just like filling holes and getting itself, it's going into vacuums. So whose vacuum is biggest? Who has the most pull, the gravitational pull on the market? Is it the up vacuum, the down vacuum? When the market goes sideways and the true range drops per bar at the last bar, so last 15 minutes, we can look at the 15-minute chart now to see what is the true range on the 15. It's 20 pips, okay? It's 20 pips true range there. There really is no trade there. For if you have a script that has a 10 pip stop, you may not be able to trade that. So you have to go to the 5-minute, and you've got to bracket this here. So you have a buy stop sitting here. So you put a buy limit here for the stop hunt, right? So buy limit here for the stop hunt, and your buy stops here for the confirmation follow through. And we're about to cash out. We just cashed out on that big ticket. We got one more ticket to go, and then we're done. Now, this thing could keep going up for another 50 pips, another 20 pips, whatever. But for us, and what we decided to do is we're just going to get out, right? I think I got one more ticket, just one more ticket left. So it's a 25K here, and just waiting for that one last. Now, we just touched the high almost the high of the day here. People have cashed out already. I guarantee you, if some guy, he's already just taken this off and gone home, said, forget it, I'm not going to sit around for another punishing pullback, and going to close all open and pendings, so you have no future exposure for the rest of the day. So go back to here and come down to close all open and pendings. Close all right here. So that thing takes profits, blips up. Top of the hour is coming too. Top of the hour. Luckily, the big hand's hiding the name of the clock now, so maybe I'll only get partially sued. Yeah, there's a big the politically correct hunt out on YouTube. I noticed YouTube pulled off the recommendations. I used to feed off of the recommendations. YouTube, yeah, about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, no more recommendations, right? Everything went into this like, oh well, you know what? We want you to sign up for RedTube or whatever the fuck that was. What the fuck's RedTube? I mean, you can just get porn for free on the internet. I mean, who needs RedTube? I don't know what RedTube is. That what's behind the green door? Part 3. Okay, so we're painfully waiting for this cash out. Now, that was an exciting 50 pip winner. Boom, big explosion, right? And so now what, right? A waiting game. So top of the hour. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes, 35 minutes of NFP. Big non-farm payroll. Oh, the big news coming out. Big news. Okay. Oh, we're out. Oh, that take profits from another ticket. Apparently. Oh, I see one more left, right? Yeah, I didn't see it. It was right under the line. There was a profit right under the line here. So we got another. This is a baby win. The other one was a 25. No, the other one was a deeper buy. This is probably a bad. This is a buy stop. Now I can tell here by the comment it's a buy stop entry. So if you go to the history. And maybe I can publish the comments in here. See how many limits got filled, how many stops got filled. You can see now. See, the sellers just came in there, so I could have taken that off and just called it a day. They just trapped everybody at the high of the day here too. Don't forget. That's what's going on. They trapped everybody at the high of the day, and looking for some follow through here. Okay, if you're looking at the 1 hour chart, it's like holy shit. You're only about 10 pips from the 1180 level, which is the 4 hour chart, that's a big shelf there. So if you go to the 4 hour chart, this is the RSI I did in the earlier video today. You see this wick, that's the high of the day. You're only here from this would be the target for the, also, this is where the sellers are going to come in right at the high of yesterday. But if you engulf all the way to here, 1110 is your big sell target. Okay, so we're coming up on that. Now, we're about to hit that 80 level. This corresponds to the daily, right at the top of the hour. Boom. Now we could just rock it up. It wouldn't take much to push it 20 pips up. All right, 20 pips up and take out the high of the month and the high of the week. There's also another thing to consider is that these banks, a lot of credit is done on 30-day basis. So if you look at the monthly rollover, look at not exactly, it doesn't exactly correspond, right? But this has definitely been 1 month. If you put up a monthly chart, without a monthly chart, the period separators are hard to see here on this chart. But you just mark them off. I have to mark them off really, but this from here to here is a month, and this is a month. So at the beginning of the month there, and then all the way down to the end of the month, so if you traded in a swing monthly trade, but look, it's just like after the beginning of the month, right into the beginning of the month there is when that sell-off, right into the beginning of the month. See, a little bit late from cycle work, right? So somebody out there is talking about Hearst. The Hearst indicator. Cycles, yeah, they exist, right? You got to get this. It's a swing trading kind of thing. You got to get that. You got to get the right swing, right? Got to get the right couple to. If you're gonna swing, you got to make sure the other couple is not ugly. That's a sex joke. Now, we still haven't got filled on this measly thing here. The sellers came in there. And the counter trend traders have scalped off the top of that. You can see the scalpers come in, right? And they've made like their high probability trade, right? Because if their sells here now, they're under their profit had to be right there. This had to be their take profit. Otherwise, right now, they're just thinking, well, geez, trapped. Maybe they sold up in here and just threw orders up there like a goof, right? Now, it may come all the way back to here and they'll be like, you know what? Here's their take profit for their sell. And maybe that's a great trade. Okay, so top of the hour's come and gone. We go to the 1 hour, we go to the half-hour chart now. And now we can look at the 15. As the market unfolds, these all of a sudden, these time frames are going to reveal themselves blow by blow. And so here's the 15. Here's the half hour. So the half hour and the 1 hour are now synced up. That's 1 hour straight up, shaved candle right into the tippy top here. Now we could get a big pullback, right? Right into here. And the seller's target is going to be here and here, obviously, 50-yard line, right? So see, that's why we had to get out as it's going up. So it's a very perverse game. It's going up, you sell, coming down, you buy. So buy limits here on the structure, right? Last known top, last known top, last known top. Buying in pullbacks all the way back in, right? Let's see. Still up a little bit on this. Now, you see, that's why you just got to be taking money off along the way, man. I mean, I just don't know how people survive any of these moves. Because the markets are just so vicious. Anyways, there you go. NFP. Still waiting for stocks to open.